Can you imagine a life with no more self doubt, no more negative talk or judgment? Having passion and purpose every day of your life? Come join us. This is The Defining Path. Welcome back to another installment of The Defining Path. Today we're going to talk about seeing with your heart. The world we live in is a crazy place right now. If the pandemic wasn't real, it seemed like a bad sci-fi movie. There's social unrest like most of us have never seen. There's so many people hurting on different levels. So what do you do? What are the options? In general terms, your perception about things is your reality. A lot of people are paralyzed, not doing much, taking a wait-and-see approach until things pan out. It's easy to justify all the things they can't do as the world tries to control this COVID-19 virus. Some people are protesting civil injustice, trying to change police brutality, prejudice, and hate. The Me Too movement is going strong, helping survivors of sexual violence, particularly women and girls, and young people finding their path to healing. As I see it, there's only three options: love, hate, or do nothing. Doing nothing's pretty easy, but you'll never have this time back though. You can hate the setbacks, the obstacles, the challenges on your path, but hate won't remove anything. It will likely just create more obstacles. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to put a little love in your heart. You can choose to see situations, circumstances, and people with your heart. This time out offers you much opportunity to reconnect with loved ones. You can love the chance to reflect of where you are on your path of life and figure out where you want to be. You can dare to be different from so many others and try to help the other ones that aren't as fortunate as you might be. This can range from calling somebody and offering them hope and inspiration to going somewhere and volunteering for a few hours. Daring to be different and putting yourself out there in any way, like most people don't, can open you up to haters, criticism, and potential ridicule. If you do it with purpose and passion, then it truly won't matter. You know your intentions and what your heart is all about, and soon so will other people. When Lou Little was coach of Georgetown football, he had a player that was definitely third rate. But he had so much heart, he was an inspiration to the team. He rarely saw action except in the last few minutes of the game that was already decided. One day, news came that the boy's father had died. If that's not an opportunity for negative thoughts, I don't know one. The youngster came to the Coach Little and said, "Coach, I want to ask you something that means an awful lot to me. I want to start the game against Fordham." I think that's what my dad would really like most. Coach Little hesitated for a moment and said, "Okay, son, you'll start, but only for a play or two. You're not quite good enough, and you know that." The boy started the game and played so well, Coach Little never took him out. His play inspired the team to victory. Back in the locker room, the coach embraced the young man and said, "Son, you were terrific. You never played that way before. What got into you?" The boy answered, "Remember how my father and I used to walk around the field arm in arm? There was something about him few people knew. He was totally blind. This afternoon was the first time my dad ever saw me play." This young man was told he was not good enough, but his positive attitude helped him believe he was enough, and he was inspired by his belief that his dad was watching over him. Like that boy, if you have faith, belief, and hold that positive mental attitude, all things are possible. Did you know your heart is 100 more times powerful than your mind? If you want to do something for yourself this week, think of just one person that you could make a difference in their day, maybe their life. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture, even though there's nothing wrong with that. Help a lady next door with groceries. Call a friend who doesn't have anyone to check on them. Compliment someone. Bring the passion and purpose back to your life and see with your heart. It makes all things possible. Until next week, Let's ease on down the road and make sure you're doing the things that lead you to your best life.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and tune in next week for the next installment of The Defining Path.